Good afternoon, Jaguars, and welcome back to another live episode of MVTV. I'm Blake Arney.
And I'm Morgan Bluebaugh. It's been a short week here at the Valley, and to end on a good note, let's start the episode off by heading to reporter Drew Klein to take a closer look at unique rituals that the Mill Valley Drumline has.
Today we take a look at the Drumline and their crazy unique rituals.
These rituals started back in my sophomore year when we brought a squeegee into a basketball game, and ever since then it just kind of started build up.
It's definitely evolved into more of a kind of group thing that we all get to collaboratively work on together. We do our own personal stretching before games. We all make a fairly big circle nowadays, a huge circle together, and we all do stretching, and it's kind of a weird icebreaker thing while we stretch to kind of get to know each other, and we all ask each other like weird questions, favorite superhero, favorite cereal brand. It definitely gets quirky.
These rituals definitely bring us closer together.
I think we've gone from friends to more of a family kind of setting now.
Teachers didn't have anything to do with it. It was all student driven.
I mean, of course we ask Steiner to make sure that we don't do anything against the rules, but we tend to go our own way and kind of make our own individual mark on the rest of the school.
Wow, looks like the Drumline does a lot of fun things. This has been Drew Klein reporting for MVTV.
Valley students being so passionate for their activities.
It definitely is. Okay, Morgan, I know I'm not at the sports desk this week, but can I still mention how the Chiefs are undefeated this year?
Well, I do know that I'm a huge fan of Patrick Mahomes on and off the field.
Let's head to Riley Ferguson and Brie LaLuke for an update on sports here at Mill Valley.
Good afternoon, Jaguars, and welcome to this week's sports segment. I'm Riley Ferguson.
And I'm Brie LaLuke. To start off, the football team went to Pittsburgh High School last Friday. The Jags got off to a great start as they were able to score 3 touchdowns in the first half, making the score 21-6. The Jags added 2 more touchdowns in the second half, while only giving up 1, making the final score 35-13. They play against Blue Valley at home tomorrow, so go and show your support.
On Friday, the girls' tennis team competed in their regional tournament. Doubles partners Annika Roy and Avery Allman qualified for state as they placed 4th overall. Sophomore Sophia LeCure was also able to qualify for state for individuals. They will play tomorrow and Friday, so good luck to them.
Last Thursday, the boys' soccer team took on Blue Valley Southwest. The Jaguars got off to a good start with junior Ian Carroll scoring 2 goals in the first half. In the second half, Blue Valley Southwest brought 1 back before senior Jake Ashford scored to make the score 3-1. Southwest were able to score again, but Ian Carroll scored his 3rd, making the final score 4-2. They play at home against Blue Valley North tonight, so go on and show your support.
On Tuesday, the volleyball team played both Bishop Gage and St. Thomas Aquinas, but the Jags lost both games in 3 sets. They play Olathe South and Bonner tonight at 5 and 7 o'clock. The 7 o'clock game is their senior night, so go and show support for our seniors.
The girls' golf team were in action last Wednesday at Soap Memorial Park. The team placed 2nd overall with Sarah Lawson placing 4th and Libby Green placing 6th. They compete at regionals today at Prairie Highlands, so good luck to them.
The cross-country team competed at Shawnee Mission Park last Wednesday as they won each of their races. Freshman Katie Schwartzkopf won the race for the girls, and junior Jack Terry won the boys' race. They will be competing at EKL today at Blue Valley Southwest, so good luck to them. That's all for this week's sports segment. I'm Riley Ferguson.
And I'm Brie LaLuke. See you next week, Jags. Congrats to all the girls that qualified for state tennis and to all the other athletes at Mill Valley working very hard.
We all know Relay for Life is a huge event at our school, so incorporating some four-legged friends might just make it even more fun.
We've added some flavor. Every year, students look forward to the annual Relay for Life event here at Mill Valley. This year, senior Kate Backus and junior Abby Morgan had the idea to host another event this fall, Bark for Life.
Bark for Life is an event through the American Cancer Society, just like a...
You actually get to bring your dog, so it's a little bit different than Relay.
Bark for Life is going to be on October 20th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Garrett Park. We're going to have some contests.
And we have different games that we could play and activities. There was a Bark for Life of Joe Dot last year, and they didn't really have the connection like we do. We have a strong community for Relay for Life, so I figured if we kind of combined our efforts, we can create a bigger event.
You can sign up now. You can actually register at the event.
Right now it costs $20 per dog, and then $15 per additional dog, and $10 if you don't have a dog.
That price goes up after October 13th. We have a Facebook called Bark for Life of Jodi, and then we have the Relay Instagram and Twitter. If you just search JAG RFL, it'll come up, and we'll be posting updates on there, and there's a lot of information and like links to the sign up on there.
Make sure to get your tickets before prices go up. This has been Madison Larson reporting for MVTV.
Speaking of dogs, there is an awesome new place in Kansas City that caters not only to dogs, but their owners as well.
Reporter Annie Hogue brings us this new hotspot.
A new type of dog park, the Bar K Dog Bar, has just opened on August 14th at the intersection of the Heart of America Bridge and Riverfront Road.
There was a need in Kansas City for recreation with dogs and people in a social event type place. You could always take your dog to a dog park, but there's nobody there to really watch the dogs. Here we have them, plus you have a full restaurant, full bar. It's just a good socialization place.
It's both for humans and dogs. I can go in and eat while my dog goes out and plays with other dogs. There's a lot more dogs and they're a lot friendlier. They got people watching our dogs to help keep them safe.
We have a splash pool to keep them cool. We also have a full-size jungle gym for dogs only. We also have the giant dog bowl that is full of tennis balls. We also have lots of running area and play areas for all size dogs.
Make sure you bring your dog down to the Bar K Dog Bar. This has been Annie Hogue reporting for MVTV.
Another event that happened recently in KC is the Kansas City Fashion Week.
Okay, I've actually always wanted to go to that. It seems like a really fun atmosphere that is different from what you usually see around here.
Reporter Lexi Logston gives us a look into what it's all about, followed by weather with Bella Line.
Recently, Kansas City had their annual fashion show week. Let's take a look at what it was like for a fashion designer.
I'm Roger Figueroa. I'm 23 years old and I'm a fashion designer based off Kansas City. So every season I like to have different inspirations and messages across my collection. And with this previous new collection that you guys seen last week, that was more headed into the suicide awareness collection. So I do like to bring a message across with everything that I do. I think it's really important to do everything with a purpose. So with Kansas City Fashion Week, it all kind of started when I did my my fashion show at Johnson County Community College as a student. Helped me out to stand out in a creative and a different perspective than everyone else.
Good job, Roger, on your inspirational line, and to all the other designers that made it such a great show. This has been Lexi Logston reporting for MVTV.
Good afternoon, Jaguars. This is Bella Line here with your weekend weather update. Tomorrow, expect a high of 47 and a low of 40. It's going to be rainy, so if you're planning on going to the football game, make sure you bring an umbrella. On Saturday, expect it to warm up a bit with a high of 59 and a low of 42. Finally, on Sunday, expect a high of 47 and a low of 33. That's all for this week. Have a great weekend, Jags.
Sounds like a good weekend to stay inside and binge watch Halloween movies.
Yeah, I will definitely be turning on Twitches in Halloween Town. To wrap up this week's episode, let's head to Bennett and Jack for this week's installment of What's Happening Now.
Welcome back to the first of 2 spooky installments of What's Happening Now. It's October, so you know what that means. I'm a football, that's Richard Nixon, and let's get started. On Saturday, Judge Brett Kavanaugh was voted into the Supreme Court by the Senate. This comes after many long weeks of controversy. Let's recap. Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing kicked off on September 4th and concluded on September 6th. His confirmation seemed sure until the Washington Post ran a story detailing sexual assault allegations against Kavanaugh by Professor Christine Blasey Ford. Over the next 2 weeks, 2 more allegations arose from former Yale classmate Deborah Ramirez and D.C. resident Julie Swetnick. Ford and Kavanaugh testified before the Senate on the 27th, and an FBI investigation into the matter was opened soon after. Kavanaugh was confirmed on October 6th. The 51-49 vote by the Senate is the closest in Supreme Court history. Only Lisa Murkowski and Joe Manchin voted against their parties. On a wholly unrelated note, famous British artist Banksy has pulled a fascinating prank on the art world. Moments after his famous Girl with a Balloon painting was sold at an auction, it began to shred itself. The elusive artist posted this photo to his Instagram with the caption, "Going, going, gone." Later, he posted a video of the composition of the frame/secret shredder. Classic Banksy. Finally, let's wrap this episode up with a recap of everyone's favorite awards. The Nobel Prizes. Among the winners were James P. Allison and Tasuku Honjo in medicine for their groundbreaking discovery of a new cancer therapy, Arthur Ashkin, Gerard Moreau, and Donna Strickland in physics for their advancements in the field of lasers, and Dennis Mukwege and Nadia Murad in peace for their efforts to end the use of sexual violence as a weapon of war. That wraps it up for this episode of What's Happening Now.
That's it for this week's episode of MVTV. I'm Blake Arney.
And I'm Morgan Bluebaugh. Please stay tuned for the office announcements following the credits.